One of my absolute favorite things to do is look at a sales page. I don't know why. I think it's because I've always been so interested in marketing, and I also really love it when creativity and strategy come together. But give me a good sales page and just let me sit down and devour it. Now, when we talk about a sales page, this is typically like a single landing page that is there to present one thing. So one offer, one product, one service, something like a course or a membership, sometimes a product, but marketing with a product on a sales page is a little bit different than when you have a single offer that you want someone to make a decision on, say yes or no. And so I have a lot of thoughts and tips and tricks when it comes to sales pages, but I thought for this Tuesday shorty episode that I would just give you one thing that I always look for when I go to a sales page.
I'm Bonnie Christine, and this is where all things creativity, design, business, and marketing unite. I'm a mama living in a tiny town tucked right inside the Smoky Mountains, running a multi-7-figure business, doing the most creative and impactful work of my life. But when I first set out to become an entrepreneur, I was struggling to make ends meet and wrestling with how to accomplish my biggest dream of becoming a fabric designer. Fast forward to today, I'm not only licensing my artwork all over the world, but also teaching others how to design their creative life and experience the same success. I'm here to help you spend your life doing something that lights you up. I'll help you build a creative business that also creates an impact, changes people's lives, gives you all of the freedom you want, and is wildly profitable. Welcome to the Professional Creative Podcast.
This is something that I personally do when I'm considering buying something. This is also something that I look for when I review a sales page. So you can imagine I look at a lot and also oftentimes review sales pages for people in my mastermind or my coaching program. And so right off the bat, I'm looking for the title, the very top, the title and the tagline. So incredibly important. By the time I read your title, like the logo or whatever it is in the middle center of your page and the tagline, I should have a pretty good sense of what I am doing here on your page. What are you about to tell me more about, right? So title and tagline, and then all of your headlines and subheadlines. So when you read through a page from top to bottom, you'll have lots of different sections on the sales page or the offer page or the landing page or whatever you want to call it. And so each of these sections will typically have a headline and a subheadline. So something that I do is after I design a landing page for a product or offer or service, I'll go to the very top and then I'll read nothing but the headlines and the subheadlines. And by the end of the page, I want to make sure that it makes sense. Meaning for all those people that are going to come and do the same thing, they're going to scan and they're going to typically absorb those headlines and subheadlines. So there may be 10, 15, 20, there might be even 30 different sets of headlines and subheadlines on your sales page. You want to make sure that if someone comes and reads nothing but those, that they have still gotten everything they need in order to get a good grasp on what it is that you're selling and be able to make a decision. So you want to think about this in a real visual hierarchy type of way. Picture this, your creative business thriving beyond your wildest dreams. More than just a business, an entire legacy. It's not just possible, but I want you to feel how close it is to within your reach. I want to unfold the map of success together with you. In fact, I want to invite you to join me on a journey unlike any other with my brand new professional creative business coaching program. If you're currently making in between $50,000 and $200,000 a year in your business, it's time to think bigger. Imagine expanding your team, honing your leadership, and overcoming the challenges most businesses face. What got you to where you are today isn't going to be the same thing that gets you to where you're going. If you're nodding along, I made this program for you. We'll have weekly live coaching calls, accountability pods to keep you on track, and a vault of resources and bonuses, along with a community of fellow creative big thinkers. Because growing together is where all the magic happens. We've got the time management lab, my $5 million launch debrief, and a creative profits training, which you'll have as a launch pad for all your revenue streams. But if you're unsure if this is your next step, I would love to chat with you. So in order to do that, I need you to send me a DM on Instagram or fill out our short interest form over at bonniechristine.com/coach so that I can personally follow up with you and just ask you a few questions, because I want to make sure that this is the perfect fit for you and your journey right now. You have my word. If I don't think I can truly move the needle for you, I'll tell you. So if you're ready to elevate your creative business and step into your power and into a room of some really big thinkers, join me by filling out the interest form at bonniechristine.com/coach, or just DM me over on Instagram the word coach, and I'll respond with my first few questions for you. Together, let's make your passion your legacy. We are so far beyond like walls of text on websites. Really, the only time that we're reading big blocks of text that aren't broken up in some way is when we're reading like a book or a magazine. But when it comes to the internet, for whatever reason, our attention span has diminished to such a place that most people are not consuming information unless it's broken up into a visual hierarchy. That means that it's really easy to consume. So when you think about this, you'll think about those headlines and subheadlines, but also things like headers and bullet points and bolded phrases or words, meaning you really, in today's atmosphere, really have to consider the skimmer. So if someone is skimming your content, your email, your blog posts, your sales pages or landing pages, if they are skimming, what is sticking out to them the most? Now, you will always have the people, the head buyers, who read every single word that you write down, but it would be a disservice for you if you assumed that everyone would read every single word. They're just not. So know that maybe 5 to 10% of people are reading every single word that you write on a page like this, and assume the rest are skimming and looking for only the sections that really address what they want to know more about. So do yourself the best thing and focus on your title, your tagline, your headings and your subheadings, and then those different visual hierarchy attributes like bullet points, sections, and bolded words or phrases. And again, go to the top of your page and read nothing but those items moving down, and make sure that everything that you want to portray and communicate is done so based on these different aspects alone. Okay, let me see your sales pages. I love seeing the work that you do and the offers that you have that are really making a huge impact in your audience's life. My friends, create the beauty that you want to see come alive in the world. And remember, there's room for you.